Okay, let's do it, ladies. Dog.
Municipality of West Elgin Recreation Committee meeting for February the 18th at 7:04 p.m. Calling it to order. An adoption of the agenda. The recommendation is that West Elgin Recreation Committee hereby adopts the agenda as circulated. Any mover and a seconder, please. Moved by Karen, seconded by Megan. All in favor? So moved. Disclosure of any pecuniary interests, either now or at the time. Not seeing any. For the minutes, the recommendation is that the West Elgin Recreation Committee adopts the minutes of November 19th, 2025 as printed and circulated. Just need a mover and a seconder for those minutes, please.
I actually just had a question about the minutes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had made in notes from the last meeting that we had talked about, Jenna, something about the lines for the gym or something. You're going to take it to council. So I didn't see
Yeah.
that in the minutes.
Yeah.
But sometimes when people look back at our meetings, like I just want the community to, know that we're doing things.
Yeah.
And also police checks. I know we talked about police checks and having a letter sent out. I didn't see that in the minutes. And so I thought maybe we should add that.
Yep.
And also the multi-purpose pad. We've talked a few times about, kind of getting a cost for that. Like I think they did a preliminary one a couple of years ago. So those are three things that I noticed that I had written down that we chatted about that I didn't see in the minutes.
Okay, I'll add that here.
Okay.
Thank you.
So amend that then. A recommendation that the West Elgin Recreation Commission adopts the amended minutes of November 19th, 2025 as amended, printed and circulated. Mover and a seconder. Megan and Karen. And all approve. Okay, those are approved. And will we be able to see the amendments? Could you send them out to us so we know that they're amended?
Totally. Yep.
Awesome. Not doubting you. I've just had before we've amended minutes in a meeting and then they didn't get amended again. So
Yeah.
but thank you for that, Karen. I appreciate it. Any business arising from those minutes? Well, you want to talk about any of that you just brought up?
Lines.
So I think our next council meeting is not a committee of council, so I guess we could ask then about those things, about the lines, about the multi-purpose pad. Did we get them on the agenda, or is that too soon?
I know Terry has the lines included in the budget. So we are just waiting to see if that's approved and then or how much it is, etc. And then if all is good, it should be able to go through. And then it's just a matter of deciding when we do it. Probably summer. Depends how long it will take, though. We can get all done in that process. Multi-purpose pad, though, I will talk to her about that and see. Because I'm feeling like that will probably be more also.
Yeah. I want to say our original quote was from 2021, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, and then what I heard back about police checks, I can't remember who said this, but they've hired a lot more positions that are doing vulnerable sector checks and screenings, upwards of 10, 15 jobs. So now supposedly they're going much faster and the process should be much quicker. So it has improved. Um, Take that with a grain of salt, though. So again, don't know how long it will take, but that's what kind of the OPP had let us know.
I think that was during when the OPP came and spoke with us at our meeting.
Yes.
That's when he brought that up.
Yes. Yes.
Karen, go ahead.
I think at the last meeting we had suggested that if we had the letter ready to go, as somebody that was going to help with youth, then when we do get programs up and running, you've got a bunch of approved volunteers you can call on to help you get programs up and going. So
Yes.
Anything else? This is arising from the minutes, number 5 in our agenda. Okay. Number 6, items of discussion. So pooch plunge. So 6.1. That was me actually that was wondering. Would anybody interested in investigating to see about a pooch plunge at the end? Does anybody know what that is? It's where you
The
invite all the
dog
dogs and they
go
jump in.
in? Yeah.
So it's like at the end of the season, and see liability filters. I don't know. I'm sure you wouldn't
That's a
take
good idea.
giant sheep dogs or something because that's a lot of fur.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to see what that's about and explore. I just thought it'd be fun for the community. Just something different. It's the end of the year, so
Mhm.
we could do
Would
like
that
a,
be at the pool, Tressa?
yeah, you could do like a
Yep.
small dog category and a larger dog
That could
category
be a fun
maybe.
idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Anybody else have any thoughts on that? Go ahead, Karen.
Yeah, the Y in St. Thomas does that.
Oh yeah.
Time to time they drain their pools. So right before they do that, they have a day where people can bring their dogs in and it's pretty well attended. So
Yeah.
I think our community would like that.
I was thinking maybe even to offset costs, we could invite vendors that make
Dog stuff. That'd be
bandanas,
cute. Yeah. That's a
um,
really good idea.
dog sitters in the area, whatever. They
Mm-hmm.
could just be little displays outside the pool, just to offset some costs, maybe.
So
Anybody else have anything about that?
that'd be like end of August, like September
Yeah,
kind of
when the
thing?
pool's about to close.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Oh, I think that's
So
good.
basically, we just need to investigate then insurance and if it's gonna be compatible with, like, if it's not gonna mess anything up. Those are only the two things I can really think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, we wouldn't be charging people to come or anything like that, right? It would kind of just be a drop-in kind of thing.
Maybe do a donation to
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
charity, like an
Yeah.
animal charity. I
Filters
don't
or
know. We could
something. Yeah.
something to work on more, but just wanted to bring it out there now because
Yeah.
before you know it, yeah.
Great
And
idea.
then 6.2 fire pit pop up. That was also me. I was just thinking we don't have a lot of community, and still a lot of people are kind of living in COVID-ish at times and not getting out and doing things. So I wondered if we could think about, if we can't do it this year, then maybe next year in the winter time, doing like a fire pit pop up with families come. There's chairs. Maybe there's sponsored hot chocolate and
Mm-hmm.
marshmallows or whatever, and people can just, gather around the fire pit in one or both of our parks and just be a community for a little bit. And it's come as you go.
That's nice.
So just an idea on that. Megan?
I was just going to say that might be a nice feature to add for during our fair
Mm.
because we've lost a lot of we've lost a lot of things with our fair. It's kind of small, so it might be kind of a neat opportunity to kind of. And I'm not sure what the theme is this year, but that might be kind of a cool addition to add to the fair, perhaps like a Friday night or Saturday night, just a community bonfire. We've got vendors there selling food. We've got the beer tent. Like it kind of feels like it could be a part of a campfire vibe, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
Great idea. We can ask them, and I mean, we could do it at different times too.
Yeah. Bring it back here and there. I like it.
Okay, we'll move on to 6.3 youth sport
Okay.
drop-in.
Okay, so that's me. So a little update with some rec stuff. So we have a youth sport drop-in, pending approval of council for March 20th, over March break. It's the Friday. So myself and Caitlin from the health center are going to host a youth sports drop-in day. We are targeting it more to teenagers. So we are doing grades 6, 7, 8 in a time slot, and then grades 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to do it at the Rodney Rec Center. We're going to do probably two sports, like split the space. So probably basketball, and we're hoping for floor hockey. but we're going to be looking into a donation for sticks because we don't have floor hockey sticks. And you have to get certain sticks to be safe. Um, so that's kind of where we're at with that. We've put it forth to council regarding having there not be a fee, so it can be free for the kids to come. So just for covering of the rental space. And that's kind of where we stand on it. And then I think Caitlin has someone and or some money from the health center that might be able to go towards the sticks. So that's kind of my update with the youth sport drop-in. This is kind of like a pilot, like a test to maybe what something could be that's like consistent. So we're gonna see how it goes. I know it's gonna be tough because it's in the middle of the day. And I know that's gonna be a challenge, but we gotta start somewhere. And the teen group was the group we really wanted to target. So we said, you know what, let's try with them and let's see how it goes. Yeah. So that's kind of the plan there. Does anyone have any ideas? Yeah, go for it.
So
I was
I
just
ran.
wondering,
Oh,
oh,
sorry,
sorry,
Megan, go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
Karen, go and then Megan.
Okay. So I ran a floor hockey event for Canada 150. I don't know how many years ago that
Yes.
was,
Okay.
and it was very successful. I borrowed the sticks from the high school.
Okay.
So they were nice enough to loan them to me, and I just asked the kids to all come with helmets. And if they didn't
Okay.
have helmets, then I just asked people, do you have a helmet your friend can borrow? And it was no issue. Everyone had a
Okay.
helmet.
Good.
Um, and then it didn't really cost us anything, to be honest, because I
Yeah.
ran it at the arena. So
Okay. I like that. That's good to
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Cool.
just an idea. Maybe the high school will get involved that way, and then maybe you'll get some more
Right.
of high school age kids if um, the gym teacher's talking about it and
Yes.
guidance and yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Great idea. Thank you. Megan.
So I know that one of our pieces that we struggle with is the promotion of these events. So what's the game plan to promote this? We've got kind of like a month before the date.
Yeah.
Where are we at with the promotion? Because that seems to be always the issue.
Yeah. So Caitlin and I are meeting once a month now because she does all the youth coordinating for the health center. So we're trying to meet and go over what all the programs that we're both offering and then making sure that we're both promoting them and sending them to each other, vice versa. So the plan is we've got like a whole poster all ready to go and she's got a link ready to go. So if it gets approved, we're going to start getting that out on social media. So it'll be Instagram and Facebook. And then the sign up will go directly through the health center. Caitlin has it, so it's like a link. I don't know how it works, and you sign up for programs, I think, and there's like limited amount of spots. So she's doing all that, and that will be like in the posts that I've made. So that's kind of our plan there. Do you have any like suggestions? We can even like put the posters, like I was thinking we'll put it on the sign, like.
Yep.
Any other suggestions though to get the word out? I'm down for. So
I think definitely targeting the schools.
okay.
So, becoming friends with the school secretaries and principals is always really good.
Yeah.
Um, so, and teachers even as well. And then obviously I think collectively us as a group, if you post it on the municipal page, maybe if you can send out a quick email to say
You
posted it
guys.
on the municipal
Yep.
page so that then we can share on if we're on social media, then we can share it. Then it's another, another way that we as rec committee stewards were, getting the word out to our networks and that sort of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I was just wondering about promotion. And then my other question would be, to try to understand if it was successful or not, would you be, like serving the kids afterwards or like kind of how are we going to analyze this or
Yeah,
have
that's
a
a
bit
good
of a
point.
metric to see if it's like successful?
I'm wondering if I have something even there for them and if they're willing, ask them to fill out like a quick little like thing, circle, if you enjoyed this, like just something like more kid friendly that's less boring with a bunch of words and write a paragraph about if you enjoyed this or not. Like something just really quick and to the point, but something where I can really gauge if like they liked it and they would come back. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, because that would be, I want to ask them, right? Like I wouldn't want to send it out
Mhm.
and then have the
No.
parents be answering for them. That's not the point. Um, so what do we think about almost like a little ballot, like at the end? Like a little, like I could make it on Canva, a couple questions, kind of, and then a spot for maybe they could give me like criticism or sports that they'd rather see, like any comments, concerns type thing.
And then
I know
also
there might
maybe
have.
to add what night, if they wanted to, if we wanted to continue
True.
this,
When
what
would this
a
work
week
for
to do
you?
it. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I'm wondering too if we can, like, I know there's probably no budget to this, but if there's something that we can attach to it, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a gift card or maybe there's like some swag or maybe there's something that by filling this out, you have a chance to win this or
An
something. I don't know.
incentive or something? Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe it's like a free swim at the pool. I don't know, like
We could
something.
honestly give them snacks because that was already a plan that we were maybe going to do anyways. Because Caitlin and I had some budget, like she has some money. So, like, I don't know. Will kids say yes? I'm like, here, do you want a
Yeah.
bag of chips?
Something to just kind of like entice them, like, hey, if you fill this out, I've got like some,
Yeah.
like you can pick
Yeah.
first from the tip bag or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
but just
Okay.
just like a little carrot to kind of dangle a little bit to get people to fill out some sort of response.
Okay. And yeah, if any of you also have kids that are within this age group and or know people, like feel free and they can come out, like please, if everything gets approved, like I would love that. So please tell your friends everything. Cindy, I see you have your hand up. You're waiting patiently.
Hi.
Mhm.
I just wanted to be clear. Did you say this is drop-in or registration?
So it's going to be drop-in in the sense that there's going to be no fee, fingers crossed, but
Okay.
registration because Caitlin and I have to put a cap on it just for our own like liability. So she's gonna make it be like, okay, 30 to 40 per time slot. That's all we can do. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's kind of the plan there. That's kind of just to have our liability type stuff. Don't want it
And
to get too out of hand.
yep. And also, so are you doing it with a minimum number, maximum number, or are you just like will you be doing it no matter what is basically what I'm asking?
I'm
Okay.
gonna do it if there's two people that show up, I'm gonna
Okay.
do it, to be honest. Yeah.
Just start
So
somewhere. Okay.
yeah, and then when the maximum's reached though, like that's it. Because
Yeah.
I don't want her or myself something bad to go. It'll be too much if we get over a certain number. It won't be well done. The kids won't enjoy it either. It'll just be chaos. So
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Thanks.
no problem. Any other questions about that? Once I know more and we get going on this, I can send an email out to everyone and be like, hey, we're approved. Like, Karen, I see your hand.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, as far as posters and promoting,
Yeah.
the schools are great, but also where this age group hangs out. So they obviously hang out at the arena, they hang out at Out to Lunch.
Yep.
A lot of places have bulletin boards, right? The health center.
Yep.
Um, I think the Foodland does, the library. So I'm more than
Hmm.
willing to help hand those out, Tall Tales.
Amazing. If I were to give some flyers to somebody, I wonder if I can't remember. Does Megan work at one of the schools or one of you ladies work at one of the schools or no? I don't know if I've
Megan did at one point.
It did at one point. Okay, well, if anyone maybe has a contact for me at any of the schools, I have one. Actually, I have a pretty good one at the high school, so I definitely can do that. I'm just more thinking it's the grade 6, 7, 8 one that it might be a bit tougher because I don't know if those
I
kids.
have a contact at Aldeboro
Oh,
that
do
I
you?
can. Yep,
Okay.
I do. Yep.
Okay. So I wonder if I am able to like give you some of the flyers if all goes well or something like that. We can arrange something then.
Yeah, and if you can send an electronic version as
Yep,
well.
I will. That's probably
Be
how I'll
perfect.
send it if you don't mind. And then if
Mhm.
you can print it or whatever's easier though. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
Cindy,
sounds good.
I see your hand as well.
I was just gonna say about the electronic version. I can get you through to the other schools if you need it.
Okay, all right,
Um,
cool.
that
Okay.
too.
So we
Yeah.
have, okay, that sounds great then. That's awesome. Yeah, so we're just pretty much waiting for the once we get the yes, then everything's gonna go out pretty quickly. So yeah, probably within next week or two we'll get on that. Hopefully the next week. Yeah, so that's kind of the update with that.
Any other questions on that? Okay, not seeing any, we'll go to, okay, go ahead, Karen.
I think one of the challenges you will have is it's March break and people might have vacations planned or
I
hockey
know.
planned or whatever. So don't be discouraged and yeah, just
If
build on
one
it.
person comes, I'll be happy.
Yeah, exactly. So
So, you know what?
yeah, I'll look
And
at
I'll
my
be there to
daughters.
play floor hockey if they want. So
Yeah, I'll
I
look at my
challenge them
daughter's
to it.
schedule and bring her and
Yeah,
yeah.
do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. No, I think it's great. So I think that's the most important thing is like not getting discouraged with numbers because
Yeah.
it just takes one kid to invite one kid who will invite one kid and then it
Yep.
just falls, right?
We're gonna try.
So yeah, I think the timing might be a little bit of a challenge with March break, but
Yep.
moving forward, like once the ice comes out of the arena and if you can run things, in there now with the new
That'd be great.
ventilation system and all of that, like I think it'll really snowball on for you. So it'll
Mhm.
be good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fingers
great job.
crossed. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to Canada Day, 6.4.
Yeah. Um, I'll lay out there what we've got going so far. So for Canada Day, we can confirm that we have bubble soccer booked again. We have ice cream truck booked again, I think again. And we have Rodney Lyons that are going to do a food truck food booth. So that's what we've got confirmed as of right now.
Okay, I had a gentleman contact me. He was going to contact you in regards to, I'm trying to remember which one he was. I think they might have been the hands-on, like the animals and that, like the petting zoo.
Oh, I didn't get anything about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Did he maybe inquire with me or Jen? Do you know?
I gave him your contact information, so
Okay. All right.
but maybe
If
not.
you have it too, you can give it to me and I can
Okay.
reach out as well. Looks like Megan has a question there.
Go ahead, Megan.
It's not so much of a question, but like I'm just wondering, I guess a couple things. The first thing is like I think we did a lot of work last year on our committee, so I'm hoping that like you've gotten all of those contacts and that work that we did last year so that you have people that you can reach out to. I think the other thing, some of the feedback that we had or some of the thoughts that we had from last year is it'd be really great if we could make this event a community event and not be so siloed. So for example, the firefighters always do a breakfast that morning.
Mhm.
And so our thought last year was that we would have the firefighters come and barbecue for us. So everybody that came to the park would get like a free hamburger or hot dog and a pop or a water or something like that. And at the last minute, the firefighters pulled out. But like, it'd be really great if we had all these community events, but we knew what was happening. Like
Mm.
we knew that the firefighters, if they are having a breakfast, we knew about that so that we could promote all of these things that are happening in our community instead of this is our event. And then the Optimist Club is like, oh, and we're doing lawn bowling. And then the firefighters are like, oh, we're doing breakfast in the morning. Like it just feels a little bit siloed and it doesn't feel like um, a community effort. So I don't know what can be done to change that, but especially like I just think the firefighters, like yes, they do come the day of our event because they do their collision and that sort of thing, but like how can we connect and share if possible and make it like community wide events?
Mm-hmm. Those are all good points.
I would love to know how to make that happen. It was very difficult last year. I'll just be honest, because I am honest, to get the Legion to even answer me, let alone speak to me on the day of. It was embarrassing for them, not me. Yeah, like I'm just being honest. It was horrible, and we really want them there, and we really want to include them. And it really, they should be included. The color guard is really important. OCAN is really, I think it's important on Canada Day, especially even more so now and everything going on. So yeah, it just was very difficult to get a hold of people get back to us, answer us last minute, not show or pull out. So yeah, very difficult. I'm not sure why that is though. Cindy, go ahead.
I think we had discussed that maybe what we need to do is have a large meeting with all the people that would potentially be involved, and maybe like have a doodle poll or something like that, and see if we can start the conversations now.
Kind of like a stakeholder meeting?
Yes, I think that's what you would use the words, yes.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if someone might be able to pull that together sooner than later, and then at least we've tried, right?
Yeah, Jenna, you want to work on that with me?
Yeah, we can get on that, and we can just pull in the groups that, we hear back from, and and say what works for everyone, and then we'll just go with who we hear from, I guess, really, right? So, yep. Yep. Doing that, definitely like early spring is what we want, right? Is that kind of
Well, a
what?
lot of things will be booked up by now, so we need probably do
Yeah.
it in March. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
I think also to reach out to other, like potentially reach out to Optimus Club
Yeah.
to let them know we're doing this year. The last couple of years you've been running lawn bowling. Like, is there a connection? Like, is there like there is a lot of resistance to working with the municipality. Maybe perhaps you're a new face. That might bode well, that they might be able, like they may be more willing to share. I don't know, but like it's just to make it more of a community effort instead of these siloed little groups doing their own thing and there's no connection. And then all 3 or 4 of us are trying to promote our events.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm in contact with them right now, actually, planning a time to meet. They tend to meet late at night, so that's kind of the hard part. So we're trying to pick a time where I can meet with potentially some of the committee members. That kind of works well for my schedule and their schedule. And of course, they have a meeting tonight, which they asked me to come to, and I was like, I have another meeting. I'm so sorry. So we're trying to figure something out. So it's looking promising though, so we've been kind of in contact. So maybe that I could kind of bring them in on this as well then too, and discuss that with them. So yeah,
Now, will our boards be in the arena by then to have something?
I don't know. We haven't picked a date for when that's happening yet. So
Okay.
that is something to think about though too.
Okay.
It's definitely going to be in the summer, so I'm not sure when, but
Okay.
yeah.
Karen?
Sorry, what's happening with the boards?
So we are getting the boards redone is the plan at some point in the arena. It's pretty much they need to be redone. It's becoming kind of like a safety hazard and they're just wear and tear. It's not good. So yeah, that's kind of the next big reno that will be happening there. Yeah. Yeah.
Cindy?
Is that through Craft Hockeyville
No.
dollars? Oh,
No.
I thought that was part of their plan. I thought that's what Bill had said.
I
So this is
believe
totally through the municipality dollars
I
that
believe
this
we're
is
not
happening?
touching the Craft Hockeyville money. I know
So
that
is it municipality money then doing these boards, or arena money, or where's
it
it coming from?
I think it is. I can't remember. I'd have to look it back up, but I believe it is.
Yeah, I believe it's money that we had, that we maybe didn't use all of it on the last renovation. I can't speak to that, but hopefully when we get a treasurer, as we're, I think, getting one soon, fingers crossed, that we can kind of present that to you guys and they'll know more about where it's coming from and whatnot.
So will this then affect a potential, use of the arena during summer months then?
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. When are we getting it in? Therefore, could we do something in the
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the It's like we just get the humidifier in, and I was all
Mhm.
excited to do something for summer 2026 in there. And then I was told in November that no, we gotta not think about anything right now until we know what month the boards are coming in.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I was hoping, ice comes out in March, boards go in May, June, July, August. We
I
can
think if we
do
can get
something.
on it, they want it to
Who
be
knows?
done sooner than later. I think
Mhm.
that's Adam's thoughts on that, like, if we can get this going, then let's get it going right after hockey ends. So, yeah.
Mhm. Karen?
Again, maybe not a topic, not something that you don't know, but like, are they going to allow advertising on these boards now? Because other arenas have advertising all on their boards. And I know when I was on the hockey board, they said, because we said like, when people are watching the ice, right? That's where people want the sponsorship. They want it on the back of the jerseys. They want it on the boards. And we were always told, no, 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 it can't go on the boards because XYZ. Well, every other arena has it on the board. So is that something that we'll be able to do now to generate some money for the arena?
I don't know, but I can ask. I just remember when my kids, and they're old now, played in Ridgetown. I remember a lawyer for this day. Kids who play sports stay on the courts, and he had his whole thing on in Ridgetown in the arena. And I remember all of them, Belmont, everything, all those businesses, and it works. So I don't know. It's important. I know that Counselor Seuss had put in a motion about around the baseball diamond to put something and to put advertising on that. I'm not sure what happened with that. If we're just waiting on costs to see what happens, because he put the motion. Gosh, I want to say October maybe. I'd have to look it up, but it was a while ago. But yeah, it'd be nice to have some more advertising in the sports areas in our municipality. So, Megan.
I'm just wondering if we're looking at having Canada Day like at the same location as we did last year, so the Pavilion Park area. Are we looking to use it in the arena? Like kind of what's kind of the game plan for the lay of the land, and also like in terms of volunteers, like just am I blocking that day off because you're going to need help, or just trying to kind of understand that piece?
So we were going to do a pool, sorry, of volunteers, and hope that we have that together long before Canada Day and work from that and upwards and see if you need it. So I can't tell you at this time if you need to take the day off, if you're helping in full force, like thankfully you've helped in the past. We don't know until we can try to get that pool of volunteers together. And they're going to be people that are going to be, we have something going on, we ask those volunteers. Because something going on, ask those volunteers and see if they will step up on the certain days that we have something. So I don't have that answer for you right now. Sorry.
Sorry, I think I've missed something. So you're working with a pool of volunteers now to organize Canada Day?
We had talked about before. I don't know what month it was. I have to look again. Where we would get the municipality would have some volunteers, a pool. So every time we had something going on, would they be the ones that we could call and say, are you available for Roots of Revival to help that committee? Are you available to help the Canada Day that day? And it would be people we could call upon when we have an event to see if they were available those days. But they wouldn't be
So do
working
we
with
have
me.
do we have a pool of people already then?
No,
Or this hasn't?
yeah, it was just something we are going to work on in the new year, and here we are in February. So, and that was the same conversation I think that we somewhat touched on about having then the checks ready, the police checks ready for when someone's like, yeah, I'd be available to be on the list of possible volunteers if I'm available or interested in that event or whatever the case may be, and have their criminal check already there and done and over. Because if someone's going to volunteer for Canada Day and says in like May they want to do that, well, we don't know if they'll have it in time with how slow it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Still really slow. Like I just talked to someone the other day, it took her 4 months to get her criminal check, and that's with the added employees that they've put on. So, Cindy?
Sorry, just going from what you're just saying there, Tessa. So is someone working on advertising for these volunteers so that we can start this pool and is someone already have something set up so that they can get the paperwork done for the volunteer check?
No, we don't have any paperwork ready yet for the volunteer check. I think we had discussed what that looked like and what it would have to be. And now that they're, hired more people, hopefully it would go quicker. But yeah, at least I have been calling the schools and that and trying to get people together for students and then also adults if they'd like to volunteer or not with the.
I mean from our end. From our end, don't they need the paperwork from our end in order to even to even get the criminal reference check done? Do we not, as the municipality, have to give them the paperwork? Like, is it?
Right.
So we have that already done?
First, I'm going for interest in, are you interested in, okay.
Yeah.
These are the possibilities you could have for volunteers that we would need over the time span of a year. And once there's like a commitment for that, then yeah, they can go get their criminal check done. I don't think we have any paperwork ready yet. They were revamping it because it was a little out of date. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it would probably be really good if we had that paperwork ready to go because we don't want to lose the volunteer momentum. Like if somebody says, "Oh yeah, I'm really interested in volunteering. Here's your paper right now. Please go and do that." If we say, "Okay, yeah, we'll get back in touch with you with that piece of paper," I think that there's good potential we would lose that volunteer.
Yeah, it's just, I know I say it a lot, but we have a small municipality and they have, when you go in that office, they are dynamos and doing 100 things at once. So it's just difficult to make everything such a priority. And it's just difficult to make that top priority, but we'll try. We'll try to, that makes more sense. So we'll try to do that. I think it was Karen next. Oh, I think you're muted, Karen.
You're still muted, yeah.
I was just gonna say again with the police check, because now we do have something coming up March 20th, and like, is there a backup plan if one of you's sick? Because you can't run it with just two of you. So, I know you come from London. I'm not sure where Caitlin lives, but you don't want to have all these kids and then the roads are not good not good where you're coming from. But if you had more volunteers available, then you could call somebody to help, right? So again, kind of important to have people available that can step in when needed because things happen, right? People get sick. There's delays.
On that note, we have a youth committee that we're bringing back. Caitlin used to run it out of the health center, I believe, and then she left for a little bit and now she's back. So I'm joining that with her to help. So we have a meeting early March and we're giving the kids volunteer hours actually. And we have posted that everywhere. So if you guys know anyone, if your children would like to come, please come. And we are hoping to potentially take some of those kids, if they're interested, we will give them more hours to help on the activities day if they're not interested in playing sports. So we're kind of going to feel it out for the committee meeting and see. And kind of go from there. But yeah, if I'm sick, I think I'm just going to be going and wearing a mask. But yeah, that is a good point though. If anyone obviously would like to help, you are more than welcome. But I don't want anyone to feel like they have to, or I know you guys have other jobs as well. So you can send me an email if you'd like, if you're kind of interested.
Yeah, I'd be interested, but I don't have my police check done because that's kind of why I wanted the letter back at the last meeting. So then I could have submitted it. And when you had something going, then I could be ready to roll. But if you want to send me a letter, if there's, well, it sounds like it's still in the works. So yeah, I'm not sure because obviously for anything that you're going to run, later in the spring, April, May, June, then we just need to have proper volunteers, because even if you had high school volunteers, I don't think you can run your program unless you have two adults that have.
Yeah, no, you can't. Yeah.
So, so the more people that we have that are willing to help, like I think most of us on the committee are willing to help, especially in a pinch. Like if you called me and said, "Hey, I'm sick, can you go?" I'm like, I'm there,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Okay, that's great to know. Thank you,
Thank
Karen.
you. Cindy?
Is there some way to get around that? I mean, Karen, I'm assuming you probably already have had it done for something else recently. Can you have a workaround with that or no for your criminal reference check?
I've always had to have one done for every single thing that I do. So when I was on school, I had one done. When I was on hockey, I had one done. When I was at the church, I had one done. Soccer, I have them done all the time.
So I'm just saying, technically, myself and Megan or any of us, like even when we were doing Canada Day, technically we were doing it incorrectly then, because none of us have had a criminal reference check for the free municipality.
No, we haven't.
So is there?
Yes, maybe there is.
What are we going to do?
So Councillor Novak, when she was Councillor Novakis back in the, I don't know how many years ago it was now, she brought that exact point up, and our CAO at the time looked into the insurance, and I don't know if it's just because we were council or what it was, but somehow the insurance covered us. So I'd have to double check on that and see exactly what the wording was, because it's been a while. But somehow the insurance covered counselors, so herself, and people on committees, but I don't remember the exact wording, so I have to look that up. So I'll write a note down to find that.
Because obviously, if we can use your help and you'd like to, Karen, then like by all means, and it works out, like of course, that would be awesome. So we'll look into it and then we can see. So that'd be great.
And the other thing I was just going to mention, so the volunteers, or sorry, this youth committee, which we're not 100%, we know if anyone's even in this committee at this point, except for you and, Caitlin, right?
She said that a couple people have signed up to come, so if they show up.
Okay, let's be optimistic.
Yep, let's be optimistic. Yep.
I was just curious, like, so these kids would also be the same age as that to actually participate in the program itself.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is then, so as they can't get their volunteer hours if they're participating in it as a participant, but they could get a volunteer hours if they were supervising it?
Like helping. Yeah, exactly. So they'd be helping with the equipment, helping with cleanup, helping with wayfinding. If I do this little survey, they could be helping hand out the survey. Like there would be actual more tasks to be done rather than participating in the game, like shooting basketballs, you know? But if they come to the meetings also, which are 1 hour, we're going to try to do it once a month, once every 2 months. We're going to see what happens. They are being given hours to just come as well.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just wanting you just to be aware, and this has just because I've been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been involved with these youth committees off and on multiple times as they come through. Just be cautious when they're volunteering as well as when they're participating. It gets a little confusing. That's all I'm going to say. So just that's just my little tip there.
Okay.
Just so you're aware. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Again?
I'm just reflecting on your comment that you made, Teresa, just in terms of, you know, we are a small municipality, 100% recognize that. And so I guess, and perhaps I'm just thinking out loud, like, are we maybe biting off more than we can chew at this point? Like, if we're not even prepared to accept and support volunteers, but yet here we are trying to move forward and host these things in our community. I'm just wondering, do we need to take a step back for a few moments and be like, okay, what things do we need to be in place so that we can welcome volunteers, we can support the youth, do these these amazing things that we want to do, but I just feel like we're just like trying to skip 5 steps, and then we're going to get caught where, well, we don't have this form. Well, we don't have volunteers for this. Well, we don't have this. And then we're not setting ourselves up for success, I guess, is kind of the way I kind of feel.
Nope, I hear you, I hear you. So if something happens in our municipality, if there's a complaint or anything, we're pulling everyone from everywhere to, how do I describe it? We're pulling everyone from everywhere to be on that complaint and deal with that complaint. So they're being pulled from other directions from what they're supposed to have done that day. So that's where the small municipality part is. We can't get to everything all the time in the manner that our committees need us and want us to do. So we're trying our best. But there's other times, like right now, I won't say the Q word. But yeah, where things can get done that are the tasks that people are hired for everything, but the more the task of what at hand of what the committee has directed or wanted to be done. So we just have to use those times when those tasks can be done and move forward and do that. We just have to forge ahead at sometimes and get going. So sitting and waiting and wondering, we've all wanted these programs and to go ahead and everything else. I don't know. I just have trust in the process that it'll happen. So that's just me though. Go ahead, Cindy.
I have to say that I am rather frustrated today at this meeting, because I feel like everything that we're doing or have done isn't the right processes of how we've been doing it. So I don't know. I'm just a little confused, I guess would be my word.
So explain to me, what do you mean?
Well, for instance, I've been involved with this committee for a long time, and I've never, ever given you my criminal reference check. So, but yet I've been doing events. So that's a bit backwards, because now we're telling Karen she can't come and do a program because she hasn't had her criminal reference check done. Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
So my understanding is if it's one-on-one with children or one-on-one with anything like that, like don't quote me, but my understanding from the past is you need a criminal reference check. If you're just
But she's not one-on-one.
If you're just running a group, no, like a group of adults, kids, all different ages, everything,
yeah,
that you did need one. But I will double check with that, and like I have it written down and underlined and everything. My understanding was our insurance covered us, but I will double check and get back to you guys in the next couple of days here. And I'm sorry you're frustrated. I can understand for sure. Karen?
Yeah, I think with the criminal record reference check, like Cindy, if you're running things like at Canada Day and their parents are there, and it's like, but this is like, we're talking about trying to get programs running where the parents drop the kids off and leave, and they're leaving them with us. So that's where we need the reference check done, a criminal reference check. But, again, like, I guess I'm a little bit frustrated too, because we did talk about this in November, saying like, okay, like, yeah, let's get the letter, send it out to me. I'll get it done because I know it's going to take months. And then when you're ready in the spring, when I can help out, I'll be available. And then same with like, you're talking about creating a pool of volunteers, but yet we're actually not even at the point of creating the pool because we don't have the letter ready for them to get criminal reference checks. So they're really no use to us until we have the letter ready to go. Which I didn't realize that it wasn't ready to go. I don't know. I thought maybe it had just not get sent to me from the last meeting but yeah, so we are kind of like going round and round in circles, but we're getting closer to getting things going, which is good. But I just think we need to be ready, because if we are successful on March 20th, then the ball starts rolling and kids want something like every week, you're going to need to call on volunteers to get things, keep the momentum going so that nobody gets burnt out. So yeah, we need those criminal reference. So I guess when the municipality office has some downtime, like maybe we need that to be a priority in order to be able to get all these things going.
I just know in the past I signed up for soccer to coach in January, I was handed my sheet in April. Now we didn't have the time, but it takes long now, so that's different. And I started coaching in May. So I put my interest in first, then I got the letter, then I did my duty. Now we've got that wrench in it now that it takes much longer. But I've never ever, when I volunteered with kids, I've always shown my interest first and then gotten the letter later. But yeah, we'll work on
Yeah,
how to
and
get
I
back about
agree.
the
And
forms and see exactly what is covered under insurance, so we know exactly what's going on there.
yeah,
I think also it just puts us in the safest and best place because we know this community loves to complain and we don't want to lose volunteers over it and we don't want to be in a situation like I don't want my reputation or that sort of thing put on the line. Like I want to cover my ass essentially and make sure I'm good, but I still want to be able to volunteer in my community and support these programs and all of these events, but like want to do it in the best possible way so it sets us up for success. And then there's no room for criticisms or audits or that sort of thing.
No, 100%. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're decided we're gonna for sure get those forms together ASAP, and I'm gonna get back to people about the coverage under the insurance. We're also, I have all my notes from Canada Day, so I'll forward those to Jenna. I think I have every contact, but I'm not sure. I'll double check, and if not, if I can reach out to Cindy and Megan, if you don't mind, for any holes in what my notes may be, or maybe I can't read them. I don't know. After a year, we'll work on that. And I was just trying to figure out Canada Day is on which day of the week this year? Like, is it a Monday, a Wednesday? I don't have it in front of me right now. So it's kind of important. It's a Wednesday.
Mhm.
Are we observing it on a Wednesday? Or are we what?
I feel
Because
like-
I know some people, different communities don't always observe it on the day of
Mhm.
due to people their work schedule switch. So
Hmm.
meaning like sometimes if it's in the middle of the week like it is this year, then they observe it on the Friday in the community. Something to think about. Like I
Mhm.
think we decided we're just going to do it on the day of, but it sounds like when you
I
book
think what
people,
we booked, like the bookings we've made, we said
day of. Okay,
yes. Yeah.
I just wanted to confirm it.
Discuss.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything else on Canada Day? Maybe we could send out an email in between our next meeting to let you know what we've updated. What does that
Yeah.
sound like a good plan?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that does.
So just to confirm for Canada Day, are we just basically kind of following the same pattern that we did last year, like same type of event, same sort of day?
I think that's the plan, unless anyone has some changes they want to bring, new ideas. Um, it's kind of just been passed over to me by Jen, but I believe Jen is still going to help on this, help us because it's kind of a big task for all of us to do. And then we'll try to pull in these other groups and hopefully get everyone on the same page and can be like, okay, you guys are running this, we're running this. Hopefully, we can have the firefighters come and be able to do something. So, kind of trying to get everybody to come together. Yeah. So, if you guys have anything you want to switch or you didn't like put it out there too, so we can change it.
I thought last year was like amazing, and all I had was
I heard it
positive
was
feedback.
great.
Yeah, all I had was positive feedback.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't know about Cindy and Megan if you what feedback you had, but
I know people loved the bubble soccer and stuff, so that's why we went ahead and like booked that right away. We did apply for a grant to do some extra soccer programming actually as well for Canada Day. We'll see if we get that. We find out in the spring, so fingers crossed. If we do, we'll have even more activities. We were gonna do like soccer games, shootout, maybe a little like dribbling contest, like stuff like that. So we'll see what happens with that.
sounds good. Now just pray for good weather.
Yeah, pray.
Go ahead,
Cindy,
Cindy.
I was going to say as well, I really think that people liked also the fact that we had some kind of like entertainment or performances as well. I think that they appreciated that, especially some of the older people, right? So we had things going on for all ages, really. So I think that was some positive feedback too.
Yeah, Cindy, they loved your dancing, so we need to make that
I
happen
was
this year.
I wasn't trying to make it about me. I meant
No,
I did like it
Yeah.
though.
dancers,
And you did it
yes.
at the fair too, and it was really good. Even though
Yeah.
I saw most of it at Canada, it was still really good. I had
Mhm.
the Erie Shore Singers approach me
Yes.
and wondered if they could, but they feel that the ground's uneven for them to get there and all that. So I don't know how or what we could change to include them because that's where our venue is. So I don't know
Yeah.
what we would do, but yeah, they would be a great addition as well.
Maybe they might be interested in recording, like
That's
doing a recording of Canada Day, and then we can play it the day of, so that
That's a great idea.
we're still, supporting their, um, their group, and can kind of promote them a little bit, but we're not, they're not expected to be there, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering, is there a high school band?
I don't
No. Okay. I thought that would be kind of fun too.
I have the wrong kid in the car. I was going to ask. I was like, no, sorry.
Oh, yeah, that would be kind of neat. So, you always like to hear, I don't know, Star Wars kind of squeaky with the clarinet or whatever it is. So, yeah. Okay. Because that'd be a neat way to include the students too, even though it's summer, they could figure it out. But all right, so we'll let you know when I have earmarked here an email in between now and our next meeting with a bit of an update too, if that's okay to email.
Mhm.
Any other Canada Day questions or anything for now? Just okay. Summer recreation 6.5 for the pool.
Yeah, so some updates with the pool for everybody. So we're finalizing the schedule and the prices for 2026. We're gonna have sponsored swims again. We've already got lots of people requesting to do those, so it's looking good. Like we'll probably have all the weekends filled, fingers crossed. Looks like we'll also probably be offering lessons in the morning and at night again, similar to what we did last year. We heard amazing feedback about that, so I want to keep that going. Um, we're discussing the idea of a parent and taught time, which I think would be really great. And then also, I've put forward the idea of an accessible inclusion swim. So for persons with accommodation and our care workers, disabilities, anything like that. So that's something that I would potentially like to do, even if it's maybe just one day a week for half hour, 45 minutes. So we're working on that. We also are discussing the idea of having the pool be closed potentially on Sundays. Dutton's pool is closed Sundays as well. Um, we didn't have a lot of turnout last year on Sundays and some of the weekend days, so we weren't making our money back. And we were having a lot of staff be present and then having to pay for the staff when no one was using the pool was challenging. So we are discussing this idea. We haven't really decided on anything, so I'm kind of putting it out there to see what you all think about that, and or any other pool insight or inquiries.
Again?
Oops. I just wondered if there's been any investigation. We kind of talked about this last year at our meetings. If there's been any investigation or discussion on providing some support for like low income families or just some sort of financial support for those that maybe they're wanting to register 4 kids for swimming.
Mm.
Um,
We're looking at the pricing right now to see, and we're hoping to change some of the pricing to make it more affordable. And some of that is going to be swim lessons as well. We don't have any of that approved yet, so again, I'm not sure. But that's definitely something that I'll write down. And I even wonder if like there's something that we can do with that with the sponsors and with the sponsored swims, if people would be willing to, yeah, like host additional times for again, like those families that might not be able to pay for swim lessons. So could they come out
Mhm.
more often, something like that? But that's a really great point. So I'm gonna write that down here and see what we can do.
Um, I would, when you do have a meeting with the Optimist Club, that
Yeah,
might be something
yeah.
that they
Okay.
might be interested in because they do support youth.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
and then one of the things that we talked about last year is, if there's a way that perhaps, if you register, if you do like a kind of an early bird registration, it maybe knocks a couple bucks off your swimming lessons, or if you buy a pass like Aquafit or something like that, it kind of knocks a couple bucks off, just as an opportunity to kind of get a few numbers ahead of time so that you kind of have an idea of where
Yep.
you're at number wise.
Yep. Great points.
I'm wondering, are we doing Swim to Survive again this year?
We're hoping to. We're
Or
just
whatever they
trying to
call it now?
figure out. Yeah, we're hoping to. We're just trying to figure out if I just sent out all my requests for interviews for the staff. So if we have the staff to run that, we would like to do that. Yeah. So it's just about having the kids available earlier in June to do this or whatever, mid-June, whenever it is.
And then way back, before my kids were teens, they were looking forward to being involved in the teen swims on Friday night, and then it got taken away when they became teens. They were very disappointed. Uh, could we do a teen night?
We could look into that. Yeah. I don't see why not. That's a good idea. Um, yeah, something to think about, just as long as it doesn't conflict with anything like the lessons that we would do at night. I don't see why. I
I
think that's a
think it
great
was
idea.
one open swim, like a certain amount of it was teens, or I think it was like a family swim, and then the last half hour was
Yeah. And
specifically
we're at
teens.
night for a kid. Like that'd be fun. Like, Friday night. That'd be, yeah, that's a good idea. That'd
And
be,
the lifeguards did music and whatever too in the
yeah.
background. So,
Right. Yeah.
Cindy?
Just to go back to what you were saying about maybe not doing Sundays,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if maybe before you guys make that decision, I think maybe just maybe even doing like some kind of survey or something, just or at least communicating to people so that they're aware of this beforehand. If it
Mhm.
does happen to happen, that it is not going to happen,
Yeah.
that people are aware. I just don't want to have the backlash. So at least
Yeah, for
people,
sure. And we
yeah.
haven't made it, I don't think, any decisions. I think it's just in
Mhm.
discussion, and we're kind of pulling numbers to try to compare and be like, okay, this is how many people we had, this is the staff, this is how much we pay them. So kind of just like looking into that to see. But yeah, that's a great point about a survey or a
Yeah. And
communication or
or
something.
even educating them to why, right? With
Yeah.
those numbers too, like you're saying, the numbers and the cost to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Megan?
I just wondered, so if, for example, you're going to close the pool on Sundays,
Hmm.
would that allow the opportunity that if you wanted to have big rentals, so like say a company wants to do
Yep.
a company picnic or something like that, would Sundays be an option so it wouldn't take away any programming on Saturdays?
So
Is that
potentially, the idea was then if we took away Sundays, then we would jam pack Saturdays. So we would have sponsored swims, groups that want to rent it, birthday parties. Like we would really pack it, and then we would have those kids that are staffed come in for a full day, not just come in for like 4 hours. I heard that they were kind of doing in the past something kind of ridiculous that really isn't worth their time, but really try to put it all in there. Even if like on long weekends, we did double sponsored swims because right now we have the numbers that it's looking like a lot of people want to be a part of that, like community groups. Um, so that's kind of my idea there, that Saturdays would be then really busy and it would be like a hub and it would be a space where people would be coming and that's the hope that if you close it the one day, it increases the next day. But yeah.
And then the other question I just had, I like that idea. The other question I had is like that's amazing that we have all these sponsors that are coming forward. What are we doing as a municipality or a committee in like promoting folks that wish to? I know some sponsors want to be anonymous, but like what are we doing to like promote that donation?
Hmm. I think what we'll do is, I mean, I'm open to suggestions, but for the arena, they always post on the sign and post on the social media and say thank you to this group. And I'd like to do that for the pool. If people think that there's a maybe a better way that we can do that, I'm open to that too as well, because that was just something that was done before I came that I just continued doing. So just kind of because people were doing it. So I'm definitely open to that. But yeah, definitely like bare minimum putting something out every sponsored swim ahead of time, like who sponsored it, what time, that kind of thing. But yeah, Cindy, I see your hand up.
I was just curious, does that happen on the electronic sign too?
Yeah, so it happens on
Okay,
the
I thought
sign
so.
and then the Facebook and the Instagram we have being our
Okay,
like main points, kind of. Yeah. So
great.
yeah.
Anything else you want to add, Jenna, for the summer rec pool?
No, I think that's really it. Yeah, it's just I just wanted to put it in everybody's ear, kind of what we're discussing and what the thoughts are right now. We're starting to do our interviews next week, so that's looking really great. We got a lot of applicants for the jobs at the pool, so that's a real positive. So yeah, hoping everything goes well there. So we're off to a positive start. So
Do we have some like applicants from the past that
we
come
have
back?
lots of returning, but we have lots of new people too. So that's kind of
Perfect.
exciting. So I feel bad for them because I'm making them all come in and do in-person interviews, but you gotta learn, kids. Sorry. Because I know in the past they haven't, but I don't know any of them either. So I think it would be nice, even if it's more just like a, tell me about yourself, tell me, have you worked here before? What are your strengths? Like very basic stuff, but I just think it's good to get them to learn those skills. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say we have 50% returning. Like the applicants we have are 50% returning, 50% new. So, yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of exciting. Yeah, that's
Anything else anybody wants to discuss about that? Not seeing any hands. Is it okay to are we allowed to brainstorm what we want to put on our next agenda?
Yep.
Okay, and other than doing it through email? So Canada Day, obviously, advertising on the boards of the arena, I'm gonna find out about that. I put down at the beginning of the meeting. I teen swim and swim to survive,
Let's do swim updates. Yeah.
swim updates, volunteer form updates. Hopefully they'll be in place way before that. And emailing in between. And had something else, but I guess I didn't write it down. Is there
Yeah.
anything else?
I think just an update on the youth
Yeah.
piece.
And you know what? That will probably even like the youth drop-in thing. Once I know about that, the one on the 20th, I will send you all something. If
Mhm.
everyone's okay with that, like I'll just send you all an update because between now and then, I don't know if we're meeting. So I will just update you, even if that's separate.
No, we're not. Our next meeting's in
April, I think, right?
April.
Yeah. Okay. So I will send in the email group that we already have going. I'll kind of send updates in the meantime if everybody's okay with that. Karen, I see your hands up.
Go ahead.
Just to add to the agenda, a follow-up on Teresa's idea for the pooch swim,
Pooch follow-up. Yeah.
whatever needs to be done as far as insurance or council approval or pool maintenance
Yeah.
issues, and then the campfire idea as well. Whether we have to have the firefighters involved and maybe some potential dates we can talk about next time, or whether we want to include it in the Canada Day, or lots
Yeah.
of different options, right?
Yep. That's perfect.
Sounds great.
I'm also, oh, sorry. I'm also wondering just, do we need to start to think about some other members so that we can grow this group a little bit more and ensure that we have quorum at each meeting. I know
Was
that
Michelle joining us?
I hadn't really heard. I think she was kind of really busy with her other businesses at the moment. So I think I kind of left it in her court as to if and when she would like to reach out. So yeah.
She's not in the country right now,
Yeah, there's also
the way.
that.
Yeah, but I think she's interested for sure.
Okay. So we'll follow up with her then maybe when she's back
And we've also had a couple people in the past that have come just to listen in and kind of be a voice for whatever groups they're interested in, too specifically. So Aaron Gott was one of them, and the other one was Jill Downey. So maybe we could approach them and see if they wanted to join or not.
I'm hoping in youth committee as well, if there's the potential to get a youth member, that was also a point I meant to say, to have them come out to our meetings as well and potentially get volunteer service, share some ideas. That's also what I'm hoping that I can maybe find someone with Caitlin at our committee meeting. So we'll see how that goes. But
That's how we got our last youth committee.
yeah, right.
It
That's
was
what I'd
through
heard.
the youth,
So
through the youth well, back then they called it youth task team. I'm not
okay.
sure what they're calling it now, but yeah, so that's how we got our representative then.
Yeah, so fingers crossed that we can find someone.
That'd be great. All right, well, if there's nothing else, I'll move on to adjournment. So recommendation is that the West Elgin Recreation Committee hereby adjourn at 8:16 p.m. to meet again at 7:00 p.m. on April 15th, 2026. Need a mover and a seconder, please. Moved by Megan, second by Cindy. All in favor? All right, and thanks so much for your honesty tonight and your great input and ideas. Have a great night, ladies.
Yeah, thanks everybody. We'll chat soon. Bye-bye.